Listen, I have an idea.
It's how I feel when you make lemonade. Whatever today has given you. 5'11" headaches, still call it Thanksgiving. True.
Welcome to another edition of the Super Duper Podcast. I'm your host, Rob Griggs, here with the super producer, Ez McMahon.
Yes. What's going on, Rob? How you doing, man?
Good man, how about yourself?
I am doing very well. Glad to be here.
So you got out of headsets quick?
Wow.
So make sure you just...
Whenever I wear this hat, I always wonder, is that what people think? Like, look at this
so
dirty
sexually
dude.
suggestive.
Yeah, no, it is the airport. What do you call it? The airport call letters for Charlotte, North Carolina, CLT. This is also a hat for the White Sox AAA affiliate, the Charlotte Knights. So no, it does not say clit.
So make sure you check us out on YouTube so you can see exactly what we're talking about, just in case you're listening.
Move on.
So thank you for checking out the Super Podcast. We do not take your listens lightly. Make sure you follow us on all socials. SUPADPAPOD. What up, Sarah? And online at hp53productions.com for our merch, and additional content such as the Father Good Podcast and our own Ez McMahon with the Easy Smoking GM podcast. I know since there's no football, they're not recording, so we're gonna.
It's coming. I think we're gonna record as soon as high school baseball season's over.
Yeah.
Coach Smoke is the head coach for the Simeon Wolverines. Yep. They are in the playoffs as we speak. Mm-hmm. So I think as soon as baseball season's done, we'll get back into the swing of things.
Yeah, and make sure you follow, as I said before, on YouTube at HP53 Productions so you can see all the video as wonderful hats. We got to get you a sponsorship with Lids or Fanatics or something, man. It's like you are a walking billboard.
I'm always showing off the flag. Wait, which side is it? The flag.
Yeah, there you go.
It's got to be New Era, man.
Not New Era. All right, my bad. I'm tripping. Sounds a New Era.
Yeah.
New Era. Tag them, Sarah. Okay, so we're gonna get right into it, man. Last week we talked about Mother's Day. Ez, how was your Mother's Day? I know your mom's.
It was good. It was good.
Did you do the Amazon? Did you send her a gift?
We sent flowers.
Okay. Remember last week you was like, Rob, you ruined a surprise.
But no, that was the plan. It was she could have seen it and been, just wait at the door for something. No. She woke up Sunday and flowers were delivered.
Shout out to you. So do you insist y'all go in together on the gift, or this is from you?
No, we go in together.
Okay, so she orders it and puts your name on it.
That doesn't need to be known. What are we doing here?
Sorry, man. I feel like I'm hating. It feels like a little hate.
A little bit.
I apologize from the heart.
It gets there, though.
It gets there. Hey, no doubt. And your name is on the gift.
And it's paid for. Yes.
Hey, there it is. Hey, that's all that matters, man. But shout out. I hosted Mother's Day this weekend. Shout out to the Chipmunks. The boys helped with the greeters because I was like, listen, people come in the house, you have to say, welcome to our home for Mother's Day. Say, we're practicing. They did that when everybody came in. And mom was like, what's all this for? It's like, for you. But no, man, I catered some food from Santa's Barbecue. Shout out to them here in Beverly, black-owned restaurant. Have you been there, Ed?
No, where is it?
It's on 99, just in Longwood. Listen, we'll do a super duper podcast, pit stop over there one day, man. I think you like some good soul food. We had catfish, rib tips, greens. It was delicious, man.
Oh, wait. I think I've been there.
You probably been to Sanders. I'm sure you've been. You sure though?
Right on the corner?
Yes, corner-ish. So just right before the train tracks, depending on if you're going west.
I've been there. Very good meal.
Yeah. Very, very
they serve a very nice was it a lemonade?
Yes, that's the same place. Place.
Yeah.
And shout out to Al's Cookie Mix. They said they got some cookies that are on sale there at the location as well. He mentioned that on his podcast. But yeah, man, it was a good Mother's Day. Had a good time, a lot of good jokes, man. And shout out to my sisters. I celebrated them as well. And I want to give a shout out to my pop, man. He had a birthday this week, man. He's 81.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Listen.
That's outstanding. Happy birthday.
Hey, listen, at his birthday celebration, man, was asleep. We were like, And mother was like, ain't that a shame? You sleep on your birthday. He's like, well, what you want me to do?
You get
I
some
slid him
rest.
the
Hey, nothing
gifts.
wrong with that.
Hey man, but no, shout out to my pops, man. I love you, man. But it's funny. The older I get, I realize I do the same thing. If I'm quiet long enough and I'm sitting down, out like a light, man. So
Mm-hmm.
the less I shade my pops, the older I get, man. But happy birthday to the original Rob Griggs. Shout out to you, pop. So Ez, man, today's a special day because today kicked off the Cowboy Carter tour. I mean, I know it's raining pretty bad. We actually recording a little late because the weather was a little bad. The internet
Yeah,
was
they had to push it back.
yeah, that's what I saw until about
Yeah.
they said to at least 9 o'clock. So
But it was supposed to
that's
start at like 7.
yeah. And the thing is this, I know somebody else was saying this. Why is her concert at Soldier Field in May? I mean, you never know what things are booked and what kind of tour she's trying to have. That is a question. Like Chicago's tricky in May. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it could be.
Well,
It was 90 degrees earlier today.
but it's usually not, it's usually not under 50 something.
Yeah, that's true. So it's doable,
So that's
especially even at night.
doable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even at night.
And she probably enjoys that because with all the dancing and the movement that happens, that I'm sure that won't, just like in athletic
Yeah,
competition, you
sure,
get
for sure.
warmed up. So she probably would rather have it
56
chillier,
degrees, yeah.
60 degrees than warmer than that.
And it's probably not hard. It's probably easier on the equipment too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, just
Not
being
over,
out.
not have to worry about overheating or anything like that.
And it's
Lighting.
probably yeah, and I'm sure they gotta rent out the space. I'm sure like it's a little easy. I'm sure Soldier Field is a bit more expensive in
Yeah.
the summer than in
And I'm
May.
sorry, I don't need them to be on top of my Chicago Bears field, come August, September, man.
You want that out the
That
way.
stresses, yeah,
You
get
want that
out the
out the
way.
way.
That stresses the field. We don't need those types of worries, all right?
Mhm. So here's a few details about the concert. It's a 3-hour performance featuring songs from the Cowboy Carter, along with classics from like Formation and Crazy in Love. Hey, what's your favorite Beyonce song? Yeah, you got one?
Mm. Give me a second on that.
I got you.
Give
I
me a
think
second.
mine is it? I think it's dangerously love. It's one of the first ones. Looking so the song got me looking so crazy. But I love that song. Always have. The first time came out, man. It's one of my favorite Beyonce songs. But she got a gang of them that I enjoy. Like, okay, I like Love on Top, but I hate it because the Chipmunks loved it a lot when it was little, and it was on repeat, like non-stop. So I can never listen to Love on Top again. It's a wonderful song. I'm just cool on it.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
Check up on it.
Ew, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
You like
The
the song.
video is so good.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna even hold you. I saw when Single Ladies first came out.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the song was because I saw the video like 4 times. I was like, "Oh, there's a song." Then I was like, "Oh, song's pretty good." But I didn't know what she was
Well,
saying.
I remember when Check Up on It came out. We were
Yeah.
at on Forestville,
Mm-hmm.
and
Shout out.
everybody was there, and the video came on, and it was dead silence in the
Yeah.
room.
She
And
did have.
everybody, all eyes were on the video.
Yeah, she had those moments. Because that's the thing about Beyonce too. It's like super sexy, right? But it's like you can't knock. She's a performer, and then when you finally get past the looking, it's like I actually kind of like this song.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
absolutely.
and I ain't gonna front, dog. There's been plenty of times I've been in the gym, so got playlists, whatever, and I put a couple Beyonce songs on there, and it's on. But I got to look like I'm listening to DMX. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
Oh,
like this,
absolutely.
and it's like in the headphone.
That's the great part about, having your own headphones,
Yeah, man.
One of the greatest inventions, the Walkman, man. That way
Yeah.
you can listen to whatever you want to.
Whatever you want till somebody snatch it from you. Or
Say,
now
what is
they,
this?
they, they got your phone and hook it up to their own Bluetooth. Hey, man, don't judge me. So the Cowboy Carter and the Rodeo Chitlin Circuit Tour spans 9 cities across the U.S. and Europe, concluding in Las Vegas on July 26th. You get
That's a
people
quick
that's
man.
going.
Quick
Yeah,
that's a
and
quick
I had to double
tour.
check this because I got this from the Allen Iverson. When it came, I was like, that seems short. I thought it was a longer tour, but I'll double check
They might just trying to get it in quick.
because she was just on tour last year, right?
And she got there's 3 shows here.
So maybe she's getting the biggest cities, you know what I'm saying, doing a big mark. Because again, this album wasn't like, I mean, it still was a massive hit, right? But it was a country album. and she's trying to prove a point with it. So maybe she wasn't trying to do like the big, to your point, the big, massive tour. But she was on this. We talked about this last summer, right? She was on tour last summer, right? That was the whole.
Was that last summer? I
Or
think
was
it
it
might
two
have been two
summers
summers
ago?
ago. That might have been 2 summers ago.
Maybe, but I know. But so check this out: the most expensive Cowboy Carter tickets are VIP packages, which can go for over $3,000 per seat. Listen, Ed, check this out.
There's no
Check this
performance
out.
worth that much.
3,000. She kissing me in my mouth. You understand me? $3,000, and I'm waiting my turn. I understand you, ma'am, sir. Y'all got to get kissed too. I'll wait. 3,000, $3,000. Hey, jeez.
Yeah, Renaissance was 2023.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so with some floor seats starting at $1,800. I know somebody got one of those.
1,800 for
Floor seats. And I think some of these are standing, ain't no seats. Standing up.
nah.
So what okay. And again, so we just so we know, everybody, this is no shades. We're not, if you bought the tickets, have a blast.
No, have a blast. You know, that's just not for me.
I mean, because and I've been thinking, because the whole concert thing has changed. Like I haven't been to a concert like mega show in a long time, just because it's hard to justify $1,000. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I ever thought about
Yeah,
it.
what was the last big concert you went to? Big tour.
Yeah, it's just been, I mean, it's honestly big tour. It's funny. I saw it might be R. Kelly and Jay-Z, best of both worlds.
Wow.
Oh, three. No,
you've been to something since then.
But like big, like the United Center show. You know what?
Yeah.
I saw.
What about the Soldier Field?
I saw Usher, Trey Songz. I saw Anderson .Paak, but that was at Northerly Island, so that's not like.
Oh, you were at that show back in October?
Yeah.
I wanted to go to
No. This was like a couple years ago. This was like pre-pandemic. So I think my last big concert was like pre-pandemic.
Okay.
So I think it was Anderson .Paak.
I bet that was a good show.
It was a great show. It was better than I thought it was going to be, because Anderson .Paak, his music is fantastic.
Yeah.
Right. But I guess it became normal that people haven't been the best performers. You know what I'm saying? You hear the song, people don't perform well anymore, right? But he was phenomenal. And as a drummer myself, it's like I can appreciate drumming and singing at the same time. And he ain't just doing, little la-di-da beats. He playing, and he's singing.
Yeah.
And I mean, he was grooving. So I think that's probably the last big show I went to. How about you, man? Can you think?
Last one, United Center, Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, okay.
Which was a great show. In fact, that was the show that Zach De La Roche tore his leg up, broke his leg.
Dang.
He was jumping around, and you're getting old, and and I think he may have messed his knee up, right?
Yeah.
Had to go off stage, right? So they took a little bit of a break. All right, they played some music, and this was early in the concert. This was 10 minutes into the show.
Oh my goodness!
Right, man. They brought him back out on stage, sat him on a speaker, and he said, "Hey, I'm messed up right now, but we gonna rock out." And man, they rocked out for the next 2 hours, man. It was a good show. He was sitting on the speaker, man, belting out tunes.
Gotta get this check. Hey, man.
Absolutely.
I'll be all right.
And then after the show, he went right to the hospital.
Sure. They was waiting with the doctors at the edge of the stage. Yeah.
That show was phenomenal, though. And I saw the Rolling Stones at Soldier Field in 20. This would have been right before the pandemic, so 2019, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question, because I think I've been to some sporting events, right? But like, because we wouldn't count Ravinia as like a big.
No, that's not a big. That's not. Yeah.
Yeah, but like pre-pandemic, I mean, seriously, I don't think I've really been to a big show, because most of the people I like, you know what I'm saying, they ain't doing shows like that just like anymore. You know what I mean? Like Usher, I would have liked to see, but again, they're talking 700-800, man. I'm like, because if it is thing, my mother's rule is like, if you're gonna go, like, go for real, have your fun. You know what I'm saying? Don't be worrying about how much the popcorn is, the pop is. You're here now, you might as well enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? So like, if I'm gonna go, why sit in the 300 seat? I might as well get the two
Yeah.
or the one. We here now.
Go see it. Go really see
Go
it.
see if I'm gonna go. So that's
Yeah.
my thing. It's like,
But I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'm not a big enough Beyonce fan
yeah.
to dish out, cash for it.
And that's the thing. And I listened to the Cowboy Carter album probably maybe 2 or 3 times,
Yeah.
right? Just to say I did, to
It's
be
a good.
part.
It's a good album.
Yeah, it's
It's
nah,
cool.
but is it one of my favorites? Nah. And I just would have been this show with $1,800 not singing a song. You know what I'm saying? That can't happen. I can do that at the crib. You know what I'm saying? I can do a lot with $1,800.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but to all of you, enjoy Beyonce and shout out to Broski. We always say, hey, we can go to the concert easy. Just turn on Instagram, follow everybody's story. You got to
You see everything.
because so I forgot where I heard this, but you and I talked about this a lot on the pod, where it's like once the video was on Instagram, do you look at it again? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, and the whole time, are you enjoying the show? Because
you holding
it's
the
a
phone.
lot. Yeah, because you got to figure out the right angle. It's like because and you're looking through the camera versus looking with your own eyes, man.
You're not enjoying the show. You can't.
Cause I know your answer, but it almost feels like if you don't post it, it's not real, and we know it's real. You know what I'm saying?
It is real. I remember. That's all that matters.
Because like this is lately I've been doing so much with the kids, and I take pictures of them when we're there, but I never post it because I was like, well, it's if I don't post it, does it mean it's not real? It's like a personal thing with myself. Like, no, we had a blast.
Pictures is one thing.
Yeah.
Video is another.
Yeah.
Picture is a quick snap, and we back to the show.
Yeah.
People
they be doing the whole concert.
You
whole
talking
song.
10 minutes. It's like, yo, just watch the show.
Yeah.
Watch the show.
And I think that's something we meant into. So that's the point. I think that brings up another point. That are people going to really enjoy it or to say they went. Like to be like, I was there versus I really enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, sound like old dudes here, but I would like to go. I'm trying to put that on the list this year, like see a big show this year. No, I'm lying. I got you. Drake and the Migos. Saw them.
Yeah, that's a big show. Yeah.
2018.
What was that, UC?
That was at the United Center.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was a blast. I never forget these 3 little white boys by me. They were like 13 years old. And I was like, I know you told your mama you had to see the Amigos for Spanish class because there's no way he dropped you off here thinking you were seeing these dudes. There's no way.
Oh man.
Hey, and they were by themselves. And listen, as I'm looking over, they know every word.
Yeah.
They knew every word. And that's actually was a great show. Because Amigos, especially at that time, they was just throwing hits out. It's just them all, everybody dabbing. And then Drizzy came out. It was like, this show is phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? And it was a really great time. So that's the last big concert I went to. Drizzy.
By the way, June 27th, Roots Ravinia. July 2nd, Nas Ravinia.
All right, say less. I think we talked about this off the pod. I think I'm going to Roots. We're doing Roots, right?
Well, come on, let's go. We're going.
All right, let's do that for sure.
I already got the tickets. Let's go.
All right, no doubt. I get mine. So yes, enjoy Cowboy Carter. Hopefully the folks tonight. Listen, again, I don't care how long it rains, especially tonight. Guess what we doing? As we waiting till she come out with my kiss on the mouth.
I remember going. Wait, I remember going to this is a Ravinia show, but we were supposed to go see T.I. and it rained that night. I think you stayed.
No, we stayed because it was like that's the thing. If you guys aren't from Chicago area with Ravinia, they have concert seats when they have a space in the grass you can set up. People bring their whole living room, and you gotta be wild. They're like,
absolutely.
You
Tables,
gotta go home.
Chairs.
Like you gotta go home, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can't stay here.
Tablecloths.
But on the right night, it's dope. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think I've ever been to Ravinia on the grass and it was nice weather. I feel like it's always rain.
Oh, then you can't go to see the Roots then because you're gonna mess up.
It's me, bro.
Jeez.
No, man, I'm going.
But
the Roots, that's gonna be a great show with the Roots. I saw Nas. Shout out to CG the Boss. We saw Nas at the House of Blues. This is years ago. All right, okay, I'm gonna say it because here's the thing. Was it the greatest show? No, because people miss the art of performing with, tying back to Beyonce. Like everybody isn't a performer, and that's what the concert. See, the concerts now become a vehicle just to make the money. It used to be like, no, I want to put on a real good show, right? And because I got good music. But now it's like the only way you make money is to go on
It's
tour.
going
That's
to
what
tour,
everybody.
right?
Yeah,
Right.
it used to be
Right.
you made money from your album, and it was like people were begging you to go on tour because it was like it's a lot. I gotta think of a show. It was a whole deal. And it's like, all right, fine, I'll go on tour. They did this 130 city tour. Now it's like, see y'all next year. See y'all in 6 months. Because and here's another song that I made 20 minutes ago because I got to get this cash.
I saw Nas one time,
Mhm.
and he actually opened for Usher at the Old World Theater
Mm.
out in Tinley Park. And
So he legit went, y'all give it up for Usher, for real?
he pretty much, yeah.
Wow.
He was the middle act. I forget somebody else was there, and he was the middle act. And then Usher came on. Usher closed the show out.
I mean, so I've seen Usher perform. Usher, it was Usher and Trey Songz. What concert was that? I don't know. But it was Usher and Trey Songz. And it's like, Usher, he's really good in concert, man. So I can just imagine because the Super Bowl was great. I'm sure you see the videos with him giving the women the strawberries and whatnot, cherries, whatever those are. But it's still just, I think he's an excellent performer. I hear that Chris Brown is amazing.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like again, maybe but I'm gonna really consider that the next 2 years, 25, 26, like whatever big show is, I'm gonna go and tape the whole experience shot, give it to Sarah so she can make it, look nice for the pod. My first concert since Drake and the
And the
Amigos.
Amigos. It's
Mom,
Spanish
it's a
class.
Spanish class, the Amigos. Okay, what? All right, man. So we probably tried to avoid this, but we got to talk about this Diddy case. So the Diddy trial is happening. I listen. Diddy is not synonymous with nasty. When you eat something at home, like, oh, this is Diddy, because that's just like is nasty. You understand? I'm gonna make that a thing.
Man, they all nasty, man.
Listen.
I mean,
Listen. When you we want to make money, right? Are we right? I'm saying we stuttering for a reason. It's like we all want to make money, right? Everybody wants some money, but I don't want to make money if it makes me weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the people get weird once they get.
well, I guess you get to a point where just regular, stuff is just not enough. That's gotta be what it is.
I mean, some of the
Because
stuff.
I'm just like I'm cool.
Even though I made the joke about your hat, it's stuff I don't even want to say because my mom might listen to this pod. You know what I'm saying? It's like you read you read it, you like I was shocked and I just read it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even say it out loud. I went, ooh, let me close this. Y'all wow, bro. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh
That's a
man.
thing. That's a thing.
I wouldn't even thought of anything like that.
Never, bro. Never would have crossed my mind. Like,
Nah.
what y'all do?
But hey, teach his own,
So yeah. So I'll read a bit.
Oh, all right. Ooh. Is it safe? Is it safe?
Yeah, Allen Iverson cleaned it up a little bit.
Okay, all right, let's go for it.
John Diddy Combs on trial in Manhattan facing 5 federal charges. Now, we always say is when the feds got you, they got you. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
what was it 98% conviction rate?
This is all performative. Facing 5 federal charges, racketeering, conspiracy, 2 counts of sex trafficking through force, fraud, and coercion, and 2 counts related to transportation for the purpose of prostitution. Now, I know his attorney had Cassie on the stand. It was pretty much showing text messages about how she liked the freak offs and was trying to schedule them. And he's saying you could have left XYZ. So that the defense is trying to make his case that this was all. So the defense is pretty much like, yeah, he nasty. He likes some weird stuff. But everybody said yes. So he should be.
But if it's consensual, hey, yeah, he's a little weird. But hey,
he's a little weird. He's a little weird, but nah. The feds got him. They like it's cool. Don't you worry, Diddy. We got you. The prosecution alleges that Combs used his celebrity status and wealth to exploit and abuse women over 2 decades. Well, they forgot to say women and men. If convicted, Combs could face 15 years to life in prison. Cassie Ventura, Diddy's former partner, has been the central witness in the opening days. She testified about enduring frequent physical abuse, being coerced into freak-offs, drug-fueled sex parties and sex workers and male escorts, and being blackmailed and with explicit video footage. Now, we all saw the video of Diddy pretty much knocking her around. So
Stomping her, yeah.
that's what's doing him in, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, even if she did send text messages saying she was cool with this or cool with that, whatever escalated to this video of him beating her, that ain't got nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just a couple things. Ventura described how
She tried. Wait, you use that. I tried leaving, and that's what happened to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Described how Combs controlled her career, emotionally and physically, abused her, orchestrated extended non-consensual sexual encounters, which were often recorded. She recounted the 2016 incident in the hotel. She's repeatedly told Combs she didn't want to participate in freak-offs and compared his abuse to Ike Turner. You know, and it's something about that career because, like, I remember I told my sister about this because, you know, she knows who Cassie is. We're just dating Diddy, right? And I was like, because when I worked for Vibe Magazine, that's when Cassie came out with Me and You. Ryan Leslie produced it. It was like, you know, could she sing? It was okay. But the song was a banger. And I remember her whole album was like, that was in the club everywhere. Me and You was in the club all over the place. She had a couple more songs too that were just hits. And you know, the whole thing is Diddy liked it, took it from Ryan Leslie. I guess her and Ryan Leslie were kind of dating on the low. And then, you know, and that's probably why you hear a lot from Ryan Leslie. Like, because think about it. Ryan Leslie was Drake before Drake. He was all the people before, you know what I'm saying? He was doing his own stuff on YouTube. Remember, we were watching the behind the scenes of him making videos. He was doing that in 05, 06, 07, you know? But then, you know, he took his girl, put him under the mat. Got Cassie, she had his one album, and you probably heard, what, one song from Cassie? Ever since then, you know? So the prosecution's case, the prosecutors argue that Combs orchestrated a pattern of abuse using drugs, intimidation, and blackmail to control and silence victim. Testimony from other witnesses, including a male stripper, supported Ventura's claims, describing physical violence and Diddy's role in orchestrating sexual encounters for his own gratification. The defense concedes that Combs engaged in domestic violence and led an unconventional sexual lifestyle, but insists all his encounters were consensual and not criminal. And he going to jail. So they say he did do domestic. He did slap her around, but she liked it. Come on, man. This is crazy. Defense attorneys have focused on explicit messages and emails exchanged between Ventura and Combs, aiming to portray her as a willing participant in their sexual activities.
Here's the thing about the defense: they only gotta get one person, to go along with them. That's it. So that's the beauty of a jury trial. There, just got to get one person on your side.
Oh, go or coerce them. Yeah, man. So you know this gonna be TV. This gonna be high profile TV for a minute, man. Because it's just like he should definitely go to jail. I hope he don't get off phrasing. Because it's just like that. Because if he does, do you know how many people gonna be running scared? You know what I'm saying? If he is who they say he is, it's like if he can't, he got to go. He got to be under the jail, man. This is wild.
Yeah,
this is wild, and that's wild, man. Like, cause and as we were saying before, you know, people into whatever you into, but some of the stuff that's in this testimony that's made the newspaper is pretty just like, come on, bro. Have some respect for yourself, fam. You know what I'm saying? And then you gonna come out yell at people about some stuff. Don't yell at me, man. You know what you be doing? The door's closed and you recording. Stop yelling at me, right? Lower your voice, fam. Who are you yelling at? Actually, wait. You walk to juniors. You know what I'm saying? Jeez Louise. So yeah, we're gonna talk about somebody else. That's just, oh my God. Sorry, Mom, if you're listening. We're doing a podcast. So before we get out of here, want to do a dads and don'ts. You know, again, Mother's Day was last weekend. Shout out to all the moms.
Wait. You going from Diddy to dads and don'ts?
I don't know. I couldn't segue. I was trying my best. It was either that. Yes, it was either that it was that or WNBA. I was like, I don't win either way. Let me wrap the show up.
That's rough. Yeah,
Let me just wrap it up. You know,
All
nothing I can
right.
do.
Let's do that.
Wrap what I can
Okay.
do.
All right.
So I thought about this though. You know, it's having a little real tough week. When Brooklyn was having a little tough week and just stuff going on at work, just move on. And I realized how the kids were asking me all kinds of dad. And I was like, they don't care about me. They don't care about me one bit, right? But it reminded me that I have to care about myself, right? So this week's dads and don'ts is they don't care about you, but you got to care about yourself. Now let me be clear: my children love me, and they do care about me, right? But Ryan Clark had a video from the Pivot. Shout out to him, and one of the smoothest dressed brothers out there. He made a video which really hit home, and I agree with. He was like, my kids don't owe me anything. They didn't ask to be in this world. They asked to do nothing. Like their role is not to take care of me. Right? They're because some parents do it to the kids, like they raise them to then take care of them. And he was like, that's not y'all concern. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I want you to do. If you want to do something nice for me, fantastic. Like my kids don't have to give me gifts. Like they don't really, I appreciate when they say happy birthday, happy Father's Day. And they'll tell you, they'll send me every once in a while. The boys will say, "Hey, Dad, I really want to get you something nice. You're the greatest dad in the world." Like that's enough. Like truly, like I don't need nothing else. You know what I'm saying? I got enough. Well, I don't have enough Jordans, but I got some Jordans, so I'm cool, right? But I say that to say because I'm sure a lot of dads are like me in that we don't care for ourselves, right? And we don't really consider all the things we could be doing for ourselves because in the name of trying to work hard, in the name of trying to make some money, in the name of trying to be a protector and all these things, you push yourself to the side and you say, I'll deal with myself tomorrow. So many people are here leaving us early, people having diseases that maybe could have been taken care of beforehand, but it's like you got to push it and keep going forward. I remember years ago when Nick Cannon was really sick, and he admitted that he wasn't going to the bathroom. He just was like going throughout the day, just skipping bathroom. My mother saw it and called me and was like, and she never calls me during the day like that because she's like, I don't want you to lose your job. But she said, I spread the story about Nick Cannon. I need you to go to the bathroom and hung up the phone. But it was like, and that made me think, did I go today? You know what I mean? Because I'm just plucking away, clacking
Make
away.
sure you're regular.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like you got to make sure you got to make sure you do to take that break. But that's just a natural break to take. But I want to read some health statistics for men. So men in the U.S. have a life expectancy of about 76 years old, which is about 5 to 6 years less than women. For Black men, it's actually 72 years old. So again, that's why I shout out my pops because big for being 81, man. 13.8% of men ages 18 plus are in fair or poor health. That's wild.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 13.8% of men 18 plus. Those are young guys, right? Over half of men do not receive regular health screenings, and they are 24% less likely than women to visit a doctor annually. Heart disease is the leading cause of death among men, followed by cancer and accidents. 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime. It's the second most common cancer in men. Testicular cancer is the most common cancer in men aged 15 to 34. Men are at higher risk for diabetes, hypertension, and certain mental health issues, including suicide. Men account for nearly 80% of suicides in the U.S. About 34.9% of adult men in the U.S. are obese. And so I still got some more stats, man. But like, that was disheartening when I read that, right? Because it says a couple of things, right? That a lot of times men, right, it's on them. They're not taking care of themselves, and they're not taking a minute to go, let me get checked out. Because I got this pain, but let me keep moving. I got this. Because I know the man thought is, well, if I go and they tell me it's something, now I got to deal with that. I'm rolling. So I'll deal with it later. Like it's future versus present value. It's like, but if they tell me I got this, now I got to manage this and deal with the pills. No. I'm doing okay. I'll be fine, right? Not knowing that you're gonna have to pay the piper at some particular point. Mm-hmm. But also, I think it speaks to that maybe a lot of men don't have a lot of safe spaces to share. That's a big deal, man. It was a video of a guy. I don't know if you saw it. He had like this spool of wire, but it was down to the like. It was pretty much it had all been used up. And he was sitting down in his backyard, just looking at this like little cardboard thing, and he just was looking at it. And his wife came out and was like, "Are you okay?" And he was like, he paused. He said, "Well, I'm looking at this wire, and I remember bought this like 20 years ago, and it was this big spool of wire, and like I'm at the bottom of it, and it's just reminding me of all the life that has passed." His wife said, and his wife's like, "Well, yeah, whatever. I just thought you were out here crying like a little girl, something like that." And he was like, "You know what? Forget it," and walked away. And he was really about to share something with her, like about how he viewed his life and what's going on, and she's like made fun of it. And so I feel like sometimes a lot of times men don't have safe spaces to say, "Hey, this is what's wrong." Like, you don't necessarily have to answer it like about you in particular, but like, would you agree? Like, I feel like a lot of men that I know, you know, I mean, you see me do. We've done it. I told the story of the pod, crying and no more crying in Vegas. I was having a tough time in life, and some stuff happened. I was walking down the street in tears, and luckily I was with my homies, y'all. Everybody started crying too. Well, you don't cry, but everybody's crying too. Get it off your chest. you just got it off your chest. All right,
I'm a listener though. I'm a
Yeah,
listener.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're very attentive. I appreciate you, man. But I feel like, I mean, do you think as men have a lot of safe spaces to kind of just say, "Hey"?
I think it's limited, and I think that most people would listen. I think men are sometimes a little scared,
Yeah,
to be vulnerable.
yeah,
So, but I think if they actually confided in someone, they would find that there are people out there that would listen.
sure. And I think that's the thing, right? You just have to uh, be discerning about who you can find, because you can't tell everybody your business,
Right,
because
right.
people do use it against you. I think that's just a man thing. You just in playing sports or whatever, then once they know your weakness, they got you, and people will use it against you. But I think that is there are people, like you said, who confide in you, and I'm but saying I consider you as well. Like got good friends that if it get down, I can say, "Hey, man, this is bad," and we just rap about it. I mean, and you know how I am. I'm gonna make a joke about it myself anyway, so it's like I'm gonna laugh at it because I ain't got no choice, man. But again, for any man that's listening to this, I hope you take a minute to take care of yourself. And for women who hear this, who have, husbands, brothers, good male friends that they care about, like encourage them to like to do that as well. Maybe you don't realize like how much a man may need to just hear a nice, it ain't always gotta be sexual. I think people think everything with a woman has to be sexual. It doesn't have to be. Sometimes just I saw a video of a woman just saying to her husband, like, "Hey, thank you for all that you do for us." I know I don't say it a lot, blah, blah, blah. And he just looked genuinely shocked because he was waiting for the ask. He's like, "So do you want something?" She's like, "Nah." He's like, "Wait, you just telling me that? Just to tell me that?" And he was like, "Girl, okay, what you need? What you want me to do?" You know what I mean? She changed his whole world, man. But some common health issues affecting me. We talked about it: heart disease, cancer, diabetes, stroke, frequently caused by high blood pressure, unhealthy habits, respiratory diseases, liver disease, unintentional injuries, depression and mental health issues, sexual and reproductive health, because you don't want nothing bad happening there, fellas. And let's see, infectious diseases. So, they talked about just ways to get around it: regular checkups, healthy lifestyle, um, early screening can prevent many of these diseases. So, that's just some things to think of. But I typed in, how does it affect black males, right? And we talked about the life expectancy of black men being a little younger, 72 years old, lower than that of any racial ethnic group. Black men have higher overall mortality rate compared to other groups, influenced by health disparities, socioeconomic factors, and limited access to health care. Talk about black men being disproportionately affected by high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, cancer, prostate cancer being the highest. Like in 2025, an estimated 129,000 black men will be newly diagnosed with invasive cancer.
Mm.
Like, I'm not reading this to be depressive. Like, again, we'll talk about mental health. Depression affects 5 to 10% of black men. That means one out of every 10 black men is walking with depression. You know, but the true rate may be higher due to underdiagnosis and a stigma. Suicide rates among black males, especially 15 and 24, have spiked nearly 50%. Wow, between 2013 and 2019. Suicide is now the third leading cause of death for Black male teens and young adults.
High number.
Wow. Because you see that, man, and you just think about how many guys think they can't make it, right? And that's why, fellas, if you are listening, you're a woman, you got a guy, a man in your life you love, encourage him as well. Like, you have to take care of yourself, right? Because if you love your family, you love your friends, right? The best way to be to love them back is to be the best version of yourself, right? And you can't teach your kids how to be. This is a lesson I say to myself. I tell my kids to be great. To do not just be good, be great, right? Not do your best, be your best. But I can't say it if I'm not doing it either. And I think, especially this is dads and don'ts. As a dad, you try to. It's a lot of do what I say, not as I do. Like my pops, our inside joke. He taught me how to drive, and we were driving to school. He was driving me to school. We had to make a left turn. He missed the light. He made a right turn, made a U-turn, and then we were going straight. He looked at me and said, "Son, don't ever do that." I said, "Sir, I'm doing that as soon as I can," right? But it's like, as dads, you do a lot of do as I say, not as I do. Let that not be the way we are.
I had to go through that.
And think through it.
Yeah. I got.
I know he thought about it. I mean, in a split second he did. He's like, "Oh, like," I was like, "You bad dude." I didn't see that play. Okay.
That's called a professional driver, right there.
That's what he says. I'm a professional, son.
That's right.
I was like, all right, yeah, hot ride. But no, but seriously, we have to, for all that's listening, for dads and don'ts, this goes for anybody. You gotta take care of yourself and take care of yourself. And I'm sure there's a lot of people listening to this like, you better be talking to yourself. I know, what I'm saying? I know this is just for other people. This is for me as well, because you're no good to your family. You're no good to your friends if you are down and down bad. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff is self-inflicted, and it can go a little bit, it can get so far that then it's out of control. You can't manage it anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I encourage you, and I read these stats not to scare people, but to warn people, right? To encourage people, take care of yourselves. Like, you ain't gotta wait nobody else to do it for you. You don't have to wait, for years for your kids to get old and take you. You should take care of yourself now, because you gotta care about you. So that is our podcast for today. Thank you for checking us out. Make sure you follow us on all socials, SUPADUPAPOD, and online at HP53productions.com, and on YouTube at HP53 Productions. As I miss anything?
You did not, sir.
All right. Make sure you take care of yourselves, for real. We say it every week, but it's true. Make sure you take care of yourselves and each other. Hey, mama, this is the Super Duper Podcast.
Now that's champagne if you was I. Would you be off on this campaign? Is it suicide? If you know that bringing hope here is how careers die. Or do the K stand for kamikaze? J silent is everywhere, you can feel them probably. Surely, lately, I've been up late with demons in my basement trying to get me to hate this. Life thinking I should be further and then I choke up. As soon as I got silent, then the truth spoke up. This said, how you know you ain't perfect? Let that soak up and soak in. You know how you know that you blessed? I woke